Hello, Leo, and welcome back to Appalachian Tarot. I am so glad you've decided to join me for this week's reading. And if it is your first time visiting my channel, well, I am very glad that you decided to join us today. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the reading, beginning with a Seasons of the Witch Oracle card. Just sort of helps me to access what it is the universe wants to talk to you about today, Leo. But while I'm shuffling these, why don't you do me the favor of liking this video? And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a weekly reading. Just a reminder up front that this is a collective reading for the sign of Leo, however that resonates with you. Sorry, the card sort of went all over the place here, but, yeah, the universe, the candle just sizzled. This is the card it wants me to use for you. But because this is a collective reading, I just want you to remember that not everything's going to resonate with you, so go ahead and take what does, leave the rest, and use your own intuition to determine what it is the universe is trying to say to you through me and through the cards, so that you don't confuse yourself and start trying to make something fit that isn't for you. All right, and you got the Lovers, Leo. The Lovers. Love lulls all sorrow and bewitches flesh, mind, and breath, reminding me that I am unafraid of the unfurling winds of my eternity. I know not everybody is familiar with the Seasons of the Witch, so we're going to go to the book and read from it, Leo. And your keyword is vulnerability. Perhaps the only thing more difficult than being your true self is allowing others to see you for who you really are. The fear of rejection can make you feel like you have to remain guarded or alter your truth to be more desirable. The need to shelter your heart is even greater once you've experienced heartache and betrayal, as your heart begins to fear the idea of love blooming again after it has shattered. Golly, isn't that the truth? Sorry, that was me interjecting there. It's natural to retreat for a time to mend the broken pieces, but the presence of the Lovers is a welcome sign that your heart is ready to experience love through a higher consciousness. Your previous relationships have taught you what isn't in alignment with your heart. Each prior experience offers you more insight into the type of relationship you are now ready to call into existence. Your pathway to true love lies in your willingness to be open and vulnerable. Do not be afraid to show the world who you truly are. Be willing to say no to those who cannot accept you for all of your flaws and curves and cracks and baggage. These are not the right people for you. Being vulnerable with others is like sending out an invitation to join your life party. Those who show up and support you are the ones who will help you to grow and enrich your life with happiness. This message can likewise be applied to wealth, career, friendships, and your beliefs. All right, so, that's pretty wide open. They're saying that this message can be applied to anything. And I think that that's very true. Just because you have the Lovers in tarot doesn't necessarily mean that it is about romantic or sexual love. It can mean a whole host of things. But let's go ahead and meditate on what that might be for you, Leo. Go ahead and meditate on that so that you can sort of access your own intuition when I start going into the tarot in a minute, and decide what it is the universe is trying to say to you specifically. I do get the feeling that for a lot of you, though, especially looking at the water there, Leo is a fire sign, and that water almost looks like it's a flame. And then her red hair kind of looks like fire as well. I do get the feeling that for a lot of you, this is just a straight up love reading. But that could not be the case for all of you. And I could, we'll see what the tarot says. We're only at the beginning of this reading, so I don't want to say too much. But yeah, that's a beautiful card, though. Oh, and the way the smoke is, yeah, I'm getting the feeling this is a love reading. for a lot of you. All right, Leo. I'm sorry you've been hurt in the past in whatever way that you have. That's a hurt I understand, and I think most people do. You know. How's the old song go? God makes everything but unbreakable hearts. Yeah, we've all had our heart broken, Leo. I'm very sorry. But the universe is telling you there are new opportunities out there, whether this is in love, in work, new ideas that you can pursue. I'm still shuffling these tarot cards. I haven't gotten any sort of sign that I should stop yet. Oh, yeah, now I have. It's like as soon as I say it, the universe is like, fine. Stop complaining. We'll give you a card. And what card did they give me? King of Pentacles reversed. You've definitely, I get the feeling you're in a place of sadness, Leo. I'm very sorry. There's a sense of loss here. This is really like Virgo energy, Earth energy, but there's some fire in this as well, in particular Leo energy, but I'm getting the feeling that you've been hurt possibly by an Earth sign, so, I mean, I don't know. I'm getting heartbreak, even though this is a Pentacles, but that could just be the Lovers sort of clouding my vision. Let's keep going, but I do see pain and loss. Something hasn't worked for you, Leo. I'm very sorry. Oh, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune blocking you. Yeah, I think for some of you, you have gone through some sort of breakup or divorce, or a business has ended or folded. Something has come to a natural but perhaps painful conclusion. Like it was time, it needed to happen, that cycle needed to be over. But with it in the block position, I'm just picking up that you're not too happy about that, or that it was very hurtful. I'm still not entirely sure what this situation is. We're going to keep going. You probably do know what it is, though. If you were meditating on the Lover's card while I was shuffling the tarot, you probably have some idea what the universe is trying to say to you, Leo. So I want you to go ahead and keep meditating on that and thinking about that as I continue the reading here. In your immediate past, you have the Five of Cups reversed. Yeah, I think that for a lot of you, this is about losing in love. But I think that you are coming to a place now where you are beginning to move on, may be too strong of a word, but accept that this is ended. You're beginning to finally find peace. You're having more good days than bad days. And I say that because healing is not linear. It's not straightforward. You know, you take 1-2 steps forward, and then 1-2-3 steps back. And then 1-2 steps forward, 1-2-3 steps back. 1-2 steps forward, 1-2-3 steps back. But, you know, or maybe you're taking 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, which is probably better. You're still moving forward, is what I'm saying. But it's slow, and it's a process. And I do get the feeling that for some of you, though, this is a business that failed. I think you had some sort of business that has closed, and that the universe is trying to tell you that there are other opportunities out there waiting for you. And it's time for you to start exploring those opportunities. But I do get the feeling that for a lot of you, this is a straight up love reading, and that your heart has been broken and you have healed, and now is the time to let that pain go and move forward. Let's see what happens if nothing changes here, Leo. Queen of Cups reversed. You're going to keep wallowing in your pain. You're going to keep beating yourself up over this. You're going to keep obsessing over this ex or this failure, whatever it is. And again, with cups and cups, I'm beginning to think this really is a love reading, especially the lovers right there. Look, I just think that now is the time for you to make a choice. Those of you who have seen Downton Abbey, there's a scene in the 4th season that just came to mind, these words. It's after, spoiler alert if you've not seen Downton Abbey, although frankly it's so old now that I don't feel too bad for spoiling it for anyone. But there is a scene in the 4th season after Matthew dies where the Dowager is speaking to Lady Mary, and she says, "You have a straightforward choice. You must choose either death or life." And Leo, I'm getting the feeling that you have a straightforward choice. You must choose either happiness or misery. You have been wallowing in misery for far too long with whatever this is. You have allowed yourself to be consumed by the pain. And the universe wants you to stop that. The universe wants you to remember the beautiful things about yourself and about this world. And to open yourself up to new possibilities. One door closes, another door opens. It's trite and cliche, and it's not always straightforward. It's not always that easy. But your choice is simple. You can go out and try to forge a happy life, or you can sit here lamenting the things that you have lost. And Leo, oh dear Leo, those things are gone for good. But there are other things out there, other people, other ideas for you to pursue, and they can make you just as happy or possibly even happier. Let's go ahead and continue with this reading. I want to see what's in your conscience. Page of Wands. Yeah, I think you're beginning to understand that you need to move forward. I see you as somebody who is ready to close the door on the past and to move forward in hope. You're somebody who is ready to get out there and explore and see what potentials exist. I see that for some of you, you could be rethinking your approach to love. And again, I'm getting that this is a love reading for most of you. Not all of you, but I do get the feeling that for some of you at least, this is about a failed business or a failed idea or something on that level. But I think for a lot of you, and this is about moving forward after a breakup or a divorce or something like that. And what I'm seeing is a lot of pain, but you're also beginning to recognize not just what you lost, but what you gained. And you're like, well, I'm free. I have the opportunity to do these things now that I never got to do. Perhaps you always wanted to travel and your partner never wanted to leave the couch. You have the opportunity to do that now, and you're beginning to really understand that. There are things that you want to do that your partner did not want to do or did not. I almost said the word allow you to do. And if somebody isn't allowing you to do something that is abusive, within reason. I mean, if a partner's not allowing you to jump off a bridge, you're probably the one in the wrong there. Like, jumping off a bridge seems silly. It could hurt you. But if a partner isn't allowing you to, go to a concert that you want to go to because, they'd rather just sit at home and watch YouTube, Not that there's anything wrong with watching YouTube. We're big fans of the YouTube. I say this as I'm filming a YouTube video. But look, you can't spend all your time on YouTube. You know, as much as I would love for you to spend all your time watching my videos, you can't do that. You got a life to live, Leo. And I feel like you're finally in a position where you're ready to go out and start living that life. And to, there's a George Strait song that just came to mind. It's called "She Let Herself Go." And it's about this woman whose husband leaves her, and then she let herself go on like a singles cruise to Vegas once, then to Honolulu, spa dates and all that. She let herself live the life that she'd always wanted to live, but she couldn't when she was with her husband. And I get the feeling, Leo, that there's a lot of you ready to go out and live your life and to do the things that this relationship or this partner did not want you to do. And the candles are sizzling, which tells me that I am on the right track with that. All right, in your subconscious is the Empress reversed. All right. You lack the confidence you need in order to move forward. You're ready to do it, but you feel like you're not capable of. Perhaps this person talked down to you and said that you weren't good enough or that you weren't capable or that you could never do this, that, or the other, you know. Maybe you always wanted to visit. Paris was the first place that came to mind, and they said, you can't do that. You're not brave enough to travel by yourself, and you can't afford that. I think that those limiting beliefs are holding you back. I'm also getting this energy of dependence. So perhaps you are still in this relationship, although, and perhaps that's what the Wheel of Fortune here blocking you is that this is coming to an end. Maybe it hasn't ended yet. Maybe this is telling you a cycle needs to end that hasn't ended, that there are better options out there, and it's time for you to walk away from whatever this relationship is that has left you just feeling completely just like shit. I don't know another way to say it. I mean, I try not to curse on this channel, but golly, this is a really sad energy. This is a really, really tortured energy. It's painful for me to feel it, and I don't like it. But I do get the feeling that for some of you, there's this self-limiting belief that is preventing you from moving forward. You know you need to with the Page of Wands here, but you just don't necessarily believe in yourself. And it could be financial. You know, the Empress is an earth card. That's the material plane. Some of you could have joint finances that you're afraid, or you rely on somebody else for a standard of living. I will keep going, but I do think that you need to meditate on that and find ways to liberate yourself. I do get the feeling that freedom is something that is needed here. You are due freedom. You deserve freedom, and I want you to have your freedom, Leo. All right. And you have a lot of control over this situation with the Two of Wands in this position. All right. This is, again, action. It's movement. It's doing things. Start making a plan today, Leo, for what you're going to do, whether it is how you're going to get out of this relationship or what you're going to do now that you're out of it. Whatever the case may be for you, start making a plan. Start really dedicating yourself to those plans. I do get, it's interesting that, you know, I talked about traveling up here and here. I do get the feeling with him holding the world in his hands and looking out over the parapets, you know, that there's travel in some of your futures, that you really are somebody who is ready to go. I do get this feeling of harmony that is coming your way, that you're fairly at peace with. I mean, even though there is some fear in your subconscious that's holding you back, you are at a place of peace with what has happened or what is happening. And I'm not getting... the more the reading goes on, the more I think this Wheel of Fortune is talking possibly not about a cycle that has ended painfully, but a cycle that is presently coming to a close. Some of you could still be in the thick of this, but a cycle is coming to an end, and it's going to end to your benefit. And there are other options with that Lover's card out there. But I do think for some of you, this is already over. It's very mixed energy that I'm feeling, which is why I'm so wishy-washy on this. And that could just be, again, because this is a collective reading, that I'm picking up energies from different people who are watching this. So use your own intuition, you know, to determine what this is. But I do see that you have a lot of control over this situation, which is very good. Perhaps more control than you realize. This Empress card in reverse tells me that you don't realize how much control you actually have here. Which is often the case. We often don't realize that we are the architects of our own unhappiness, that we encage ourselves, you know. If the Devil card comes up within the next couple cards, I would not be surprised. All right. The outside energy here is the King of Swords. I do get the feeling that there's somebody who is very authoritative in your life, who is perhaps holding you back or cautioning you. They are the ones who are trying to tell you, you know, they're coming from a place of being overly practical and of kind of, it's an energy of someone like a know-it-all, like they know better than you, and so they're going to tell you you're just this silly little child that they're going to talk to like a parent. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. I don't know who this person is, but don't listen to them. You have everything you need in order to make a happy life for yourself, free of the situation. This could be the person you're dealing with, trying to sort of appeal to your rational sense that you know, with your joint finances and, you know, whatever, however tied up together the two of you are, that it just makes more sense to stay together. Some people stay together for the kids. I think that's a terrible idea. You know, kids can pick up on unhappiness. Whatever the case is, though, for you, Leo, you just need to drown out whoever this is that is trying to tell you otherwise. And I get the feeling that these people aren't necessarily coming from a place of bad faith, that they're giving you good faith advice. It's just bad advice. You know, good people can be wrong. So, drown them out. You know, listen to your heart when he's calling for you. But the he here is not another man. It is, or another partner. Well, actually, it could be another partner with the Lover's card, actually. There could be somebody out there. Holy moly, maybe some of you have already met somebody else and you're just trying to extricate yourself from a relationship that's failing. And there are people in your life telling you no. Like, are you bonkers? Like, what, have you lost your mind? You can't leave this person for that person. Maybe you should leave this person for that person. You know? I'm not trying to wreck a marriage here, but I do get the feeling that for at least some of you, oh gosh, that just hit me like a ton of bricks. That for some of you, this is a case of you wanting to be with someone other than who you're with. And I think the universe is telling you you need to be with this other person. You're going to be a lot happier and more fulfilled. Let's keep going. I don't want to tug at that string too much. We could end up opening a whole can of worms none of us really are ready for. All right. In the position of your hopes and fears, you have the Nine of Wands. The words test of faith are on the card, and they jumped out at me like a snake. I am doubling down on my feeling that there are some of you who are in a relationship, possibly a marriage, and you are wanting out of it because there is someone else who you want to be with. Or perhaps you just want your freedom. but you are afraid. You are nervous, and understandably so. It is a big decision that you are making, and this Wheel of Fortune card here in the block position is beginning to make more sense as this reading progresses. But you are sad with that King of Pentacles reversed there. And then you have the Five of Cups and the Queen of Cups both reversed on either side of that. I'm just picking up on such immense sadness that I think if you do not leave this situation, if you have not already left it, and I do still think some of you have already left it and you're beginning a new cycle, and this is, the Page of Wands here is representing y'all. But I also think that the Page of Wands is representing those of you who just know that this is what needs to happen, and you haven't left yet. But I do get the feeling that you need to leave this relationship in order to be happy. The card also says last stand. Look, I mean, this is... I try not to pay attention to the words at the bottom of these because I've been studying tarot long enough to kind of know the original... the OG meaning, so to speak, and also to have developed some of my own meanings. Like some cards hold special significance to me as a reader. But this card is always one of building up defenses and preparing for it's like the national redoubt. It's like the Battle of Helm's Deep in Lord of the Rings or the Battle of Hogwarts in Harry Potter. It is the last stand, as the card says, and there is a sense of that coming, that you are both hopeful and afraid about some big altercation or about letting down your defenses. And remember, your keyword was vulnerability. I think you have to be really vulnerable here, and that some of you are putting up barriers that are protecting your heart. And that's fine. You might not get hurt. But you won't be loved either. And I do get the feeling you need to take these barriers down, but you do need to also prepare for whatever could be coming your way. It's a paradox in a way. You both need to be building barriers and taking barriers down. Do with that what you will. Interpret that your own way. Access your own intuition to discover what that means, the paradox of putting up barriers while taking them down simultaneously. But I do get the feeling that there is a need for barriers in one place and a place for you to take down the barriers in the other. What's the most likely outcome here? Queen of Swords. Yeah. Independence, freedom, liberty. These are the words that come to mind. Fairness, justice, power. I mean, and I don't mean it in sort of a way that you're ruling, but like a personal power, like a confidence, like really standing firm in your beliefs. And Leo, I see such beautiful energy coming from that card. I think you need to assert your independence, Leo, and you need to leave whatever this is behind. Now, for some of you, like I said, this is going to be about like a failed business and stepping into a new idea, okay? And that will alter the reading just a little bit. And I say that because you've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords here, okay? And so the outside influence here is like, look, there are people who are going to tell you you've tried this before and it didn't succeed. Why are you going to try again? The universe is telling you, go ahead and trust in yourself, be vulnerable, try again, try a different way to make your dream come true, your business succeed, or whatever the case may be, your art succeed. This is the plane of ideas, and so for some of you, I'm definitely getting that. But for most of you, this is a love reading. And what I'm seeing is this is you stepping into your own power. The naysayers be damned. And I'm not convinced that it is a coincidence that you have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords here in this reading. Ostensibly, the King and Queen of Swords are probably married, you would think. but you have the same suit. But this is a reading about separation and I think divorce for some of you. And so that's, to me, that carries significance. You have this ostensibly married couple in this reading, and the outside influence and the most likely outcome is you becoming the Queen of Swords and embodying that independent energy, while I get the feeling that this outside influence here is your partner or your ex-partner telling you, no, 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 come on, be reasonable. We have kids, or our finances are together. We're in this mortgage. Like, we have to, whatever it is, I get the feeling that, like, the outside influences working here are your partner, and that this is you. And you are your ultimate happiness. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Maybe that'll help clarify some of this. Ace of Wands in the reverse. No, I'm not necessarily. Well, yeah, a lack of passion, which is on the card, kind of makes sense. There is a clouded joy here. Ace of Wands reversed always is a clouded joy to me. Most of the aces are some sort of clouded joy. They're not terrible cards in the reverse. This could take a while, but I do get the feeling that the passion has gone out of whatever this was, and it's time for you to move on. Yeah. Let's end with an Oracle of Delphi card, Leo. I like to end with these because they're pretty to look at. I like the artwork on them. But also, they tend to be optimistic cards. And Leo, I think that we could definitely use an optimistic card to end on today. Don't you? Yeah, I think we all agree that an optimistic card would be nice to end on. Oh, and we got... Did you get this one last week, or did someone else? I don't remember, but this card has come up last week. I remember. Dancer. Shift. Dance. Enrapture. Embody. Yeah, I think you have to shift your perspective here. I think that it's time to move. Dancers move. Dancers are flexible. Dancers, you know, they are graceful. There's a joy that comes with dancing. I get the feeling that you're going to be much happier when you end whatever the situation is, and I think you do need to end it if it has not ended. If it has ended, I think it's good that you have accepted it. With this Five of Cups reversed, I think that it is good that you are ready to move on with this Page of Wands reversed. Or, I'm sorry, not reversed, but upright. And I think that you're going to be exploring some amazing opportunities, but don't, remember your keyword was vulnerability here. Don't be afraid to get hurt again. That's the most important lesson I think that we can take from this reading, because I see very much that you're going to be happy and successful and confident. And the Dancer card, again, is a card of joy. So I do get the feeling that there's a lot of joy to be had here. You're just in this phase right now where you're just beginning to search for that new joy. So don't give up. Keep the hope. Keep faith alive. And, go out and create a brand new life for yourself, Leo. And good luck. Such good luck. I really think you're going to be so much happier when you do this, Leo. So best of luck to you, my lovely Leos. I will see you next week. And if you found this reading useful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Help me grow it. Thank you so much, Leo. Good luck to you. Mwah.